Hey guys, welcome to my new video. And as you can see, I'm actually driving back home right now. And hope you guys don't mind because it's pretty dark. But I need to focus on driving. But it's okay because I just wanted to tell you guys something about what's going on recently. Yeah. And also, I think I haven't told you guys how I get into JDM cars. Yeah, because recently I thought it might be a good idea to share some opinion with you guys and share some stories. So some of you guys probably know, so I originally from China, and I came to New Zealand in 2014, about February, I still remember. So I came here to study in the university, so Master University. I studied my master degree in some business. And I remember because when I first came to New Zealand, so I don't have cars, I don't have driver license, but I used to ride BMX. I ride BMX bike, and I've been riding for a long time in China, probably around 10 years. So I'm like not a professional rider, but I'm pretty good at it. So when I first came to New Zealand, so I almost ride my bike every day to everywhere, except because I live in Auckland, so I can only ride my bike around North Shore. But anyways, so when I got my first car, so back in 2014, around July or August, so my first car was a Toyota 1996 Toyota AE, so AE 111, so like Levine, automatic, of course, because I don't know how to drive manual during that time. When I bought my first car, I haven't got a license, believe it or not, because I just passed my learner license in 2014, and I started to drive very carefully because I know it's slightly illegal to drive with a learner license by myself, and I got pulled over a few times, as you guys can imagine. So the first car I got is a 1996 Toyota Levine, and after about 1 year, so I did something on my car because I changed the air filter, some exhaust, like a fart can. So I spent a couple $100 to buy some wheels. Yeah, that's my first experience to modify the car. And after about 1 year, so I thinking to upgrade. But during that time, I don't have the concept of the JDM performance cars. But I actually pretty like the G35 or the Nissan Skyline 350 GT. So probably in America is a G35. So I was looking one in actually the company I'm working right now, because that's the main reason. It's one of the reasons I get into the automotive industry and started working for the company I bought the first car from. And so the second car, I was going to buy the Nissan Skyline 350 GT. It was a white color, and I saw it online and contacted the dealer. The dealer is the dealer I'm working right now. And so it was pretty good, around 80,000 kilometers in white color. But it's an automatic. Because I was going to buy automatic. I didn't thought I would drive manual by any chance, because I can only drive automatic during that time. But when I go there, so the salesperson, which was my ex-colleague, so she told me, "Oh, sorry, this car already sold." And I was like, "What? Really?" Because I got my money ready, I got my license, everything, and I was planning to drive away on the day. And so I thought, oh, that's probably a shame, so I couldn't drive the car back. But as soon as I was going to leave, but I saw another car in the corner. It was a Mazda RX-8. It is a manual, and it got some pretty nice wheels. But during that time, I don't know what is Walk Racing or anything. But that car has a Walk Racing CE28 wheels, and also a set of 10 Motoflex coilovers. But I just know some basic mods on the car. But I just thought, oh, this car pretty cool, and I searched online Mazda RX-8. So they said it's a rotary engine, but I don't know. I know nothing about rotary engine. Yeah, but that day is the day. So I started to drive the manual transmission, and I was freaked out because the first time I was driving the RX-8, I knew some basic about the clutch and the gear. Because I used to drive on the simulator, the racing simulator, for the manual mode, but it was totally different experience with the computer games. So I stopped a couple of times, and I also saw some police car around me, and I was totally freaked out. And I literally like burn out. No, not like burnout. It's like I revved to about 5,000 RPM, and just engage the clutch. So you probably will know what's gonna happen. But that was the first day I started to drive manual, and it was pretty bad. But I kind of find the funny thing about, the interesting about the manual transmission, because you have to engage with your car and to totally control by yourself. Yeah, and it's about a few weeks later, so I kind of learned not to start the car, and because I also watched a lot of video online during the time how to drive manual transmission properly, and so it helps me a lot. But the most important thing is, so one time I think I drive my the RX-8, so that was my second car, to the north, so Cape Reinga, so the north spot of the New Zealand. So I drive for one day, and so go there and come back, and after that I can totally control my car, no problem. And I started to get some more details about some modification part. I searched online about the rotary engine, but during that time I don't know how to maintain it, because I still use the normal petrol 91, the regular petrol. But after a while I checked some RX-7 club, RX-8 club, so I know about some premix and how to check the oil, and you need to add some oil for RX-8, and also how not to flood the car. After a few months, so I also started to modify the car. So start with the intake. I got the AEM, some air intake, HKS exhaust. So it was pretty expensive, but it was the money, because I can totally feel at least after you change the exhaust, you can hear the pure rotary sound. So up to 9,000 RPM in the RX-8. So that was a pretty insane experience, especially to redline the car in the tunnel. Yeah. And also after about 5 to 6 months, so that was I got some opportunity to know some people around me, and so I started to attending some car meets, stuff like that. And also I started to learn how to drift in the car. That was the first time, because I started to go to some gravel parking lot and do some donuts, some board racing stuff. But it was pretty fun in that car, I still remember. And also after about 6, 7, maybe 8 months, so I was thinking, oh man, that car was cost too much money because you guys all know the RX-7 or the RX-8, the fuel consumption is pretty crazy, even worse than RX-7 sometimes. It's about 17-18 liters per 100 kilometers, so that's insane. So I started to finding some more fuel efficient cars, and I got my third car. Actually, I got two cars at the same time, so the RX-8 and also so my next car is a 1992, I think 1992 MX-5. Yeah, the Miata, first generation, of course. So that was one of the most beautiful and one of the most fun cars to drive during my whole driving experience. Because of that car, I can feel totally free because I can drive anywhere, anytime without worry about the fuel consumption. It's a one tank, you can drive over 550 kilometers. They're pretty cheap. But it's a little bit unsafe because that car was too small, and so the handles is reasonably, because it's too light, so sometimes it's a little bit wavy on the highway, also the corners. But that car, I remember one time I drive the MX-5 at about maybe 2 a.m. at night, and with my roof open. So yeah, you know what kind of experience is that? But no one on the street. I can purely enjoy the car by myself. But that was pretty fun. But I sold the car pretty quick because I got some financial issues during the time. So I literally run out the cash, the money. So I sold my first MX-5 after 2 months of driving it, and I actually earned $500. So I got it for a couple thousand, and yeah. But anyways, so my next car. So I actually, after that, because I saw a pretty good RX-7, because I was a Mazda fan during the time, and so the one, it was about $18,000, and compared to what's happening now, so that was a pretty cheap price during 2015, I think. Yeah. It was pretty good condition also, and I bought it. After I sold my RX-8, which is a little bit regretful after I sold my car, and because that RX-7 gave me a lot of trouble. The first thing is, after I bought the car, so of course I don't have too much experience with the rotor engine apart from the RX-8. Also the turbo engine, so that car was my first turbo car, so it has a lot of issue when I bought it, because the spark plug, the fuel system, and also some other thing, the coil lead, so all have some issues. And the worst thing is, so after I bought it for a week, and so I actually sent back to the dealer and they helped me to fix it after a few days. But after I took it back, and only 1 week, so the car was stolen. So my first RX-7 was stolen after totally 2 weeks of ownership, and it cost me about another 2 months to get my payout. So I actually earned some money because during that time the market value increased a little bit. I earned about $2,000 for the appreciation for the RX-7, the market price. But I was so down during the moment because I have no cars and no money, because I was waiting for the insurance to make me out. And the worst case scenario, if the insurance company declined, because they just put me in the system, in the insurance system, they just sent me the policy right before the car was stolen. So They tried to investigate me for about 1 month and to check me. I'm not an insurance fraud, so you know what's happening. And so after I got my money back, so I got my, I think that one was the Force car. Yeah, it was a 2001 Integra DC5 Type R. It was black and also mildly modified. So I got some wheels, walk racing T37, and some busy gold coilovers, and interior also some. The previous owner get a pretty nice K-tune. The manual K-tune, the billet short shifters, which cost about $800. Very expensive. And anyways, that was the beginning when I start to learn about how to fix cars and by myself. So that was 2016, I think. Yeah, that was 2016. And that car was pretty fun, but it was the first time I drive a pretty powerful front-wheel drive car. So the first time actually I hit the VTEC in a corner. So you know, torque steering. So it got me pretty bad because I thought the car may be broken or something, but I know nothing about the torque steering during the time as well. Alright, there's one car here. And it takes me about 3 weeks, 4 weeks before I finally get used to the front wheel drive. So powerful front wheel drive car, and the Honda engine is absolutely amazing because when you drive the RX-8, MX-5, RX-7 and you back to Honda, not back to Honda, but experience the Honda K20 VTEC, so up to 9,000 RPM. So that actually that car was not as fast as RX-8 or RX-7, but it was really fun and so really excited. I just parked my car and found a chance to turn on the interior light. So yeah, just back to Honda. So that one, so when I got the car, it done about 120 kilometers, so 120,000 kilometers, and it's in not very good condition because after 1 week, so I found the engine mount is broken. So actually so one of the engine mount, the bolt is broken, and because I feel the engine shake quite a lot when I bought it, but the dealer doesn't know. But I come back, so dealer, because they said this car it doesn't covered by any kinds of warranty, which is, so now I think it's bullshit because all the car you would be covered by some kind of mechanical breakdown insurance, not the insurance, but at least the consumer guarantee. So they're supposed to fix the engine mount, but I went to another place, but it was not too expensive. It only cost me about $20 to get a new bolts and $50 labor. Anyways, so I spent quite a long time with a DC5 Type R, about 2 years, for the next 2 years, and I learned a lot of stuff about how the handling, how to do the suspension adjustment, also the way the car handles, the way how do I say, the way you adjust the suspension will affect the handling of the car. So I learned a lot of things. I also fixed some throttle body, some sensors by myself, and I drive the car for about 35,000 kilometers. So during my 2 years ownership, also my driving experience, so my driving skill also increased a lot. Because I nearly went to the track, but I just don't have the chance. But I drive some mountain a lot, and so that was a pretty memorable experience when I owned the DC5 Type R. I also done some mods. I changed the spoiler, but it was fake. It was a fake Chase Racing. The carbon fiber was real, but it's a fake spoiler. But it's functional, and I got some front lips and the car nuts. So the car nuts is like cosmetic stuff, but it looks pretty good. I'll show you some pictures. yeah, that was a pretty good moment. And but after the kilometers getting higher, so I thought maybe I should sell it before the kilometers getting too high, and I lost the value of it. So I started to sell the car, and but before I sell the car, I actually got another one. So also during that time, I got two cars at the same time. So I have the DC-5 Type R, and also I bought a Nissan 350Z, the Fair Lady Z, and you got some Brembo brakes and the interior leather, so leather interior, electric seat. So it was a GT spec, 2005, and only done about 100,000 kilometers, and it handles pretty well because it feels really comfortable to drive, also pretty powerful, and it sounds amazing. Because I was planning to sell my DC-5 Type R and start to do some mods and to experience the BQ35. That car was one of the best sounding car in my opinion in JDM cars. Yeah, because I was looking online, I almost got the Tommy, the titanium exhaust, but I also got some problem during the time because I don't think it's a good idea to own two cars at the same time if you don't have too much money. Is a right during the time, so I was trying to sell my DC-5 Type R, but it spent too much time. So I have no chance. So I sold my 350Z again because I was planning to get some exhaust intake, also to change, do some mods on the engine or some stuff. Because I was really interested in the car sound. So it was supposed to be a really wild 350Z if I still own it, but anyways, so you close one door and another door open, so I keep driving the DC-5 Type R for a while. It's about how many days? Probably another 1 month, and I finally sold the car. So I sold the DC-5 Type R, I sold the 350Z. So I got some money, yeah, after I sold two cars. And so what's next? So I was looking online, and because I was very interested in R32 GTR during the time, but it was really expensive after a few years. Because back in 2014, it was probably just $10,000 to $15,000, the New Zealand dollars. But in 2017, I think it reached about 2018, probably $50,000. So 4 years, it's like a double price, and so I couldn't afford it. But I'm still very interested in the old JDM cars, and I was looking online, some Evo 3, Evo 4, Skyline, Sylvia, and because I was thinking if I get a cheaper car like Evo 4, but right at the moment it's pretty cheap, and I can still have some money to do some modification, do some research. So I got a pretty nice condition Evolution 4. So that was only 80,000 kilometers, and it was genuine because I checked the condition of the car and also so everything. So I got a car and fully stock, yeah, but as you probably know, the stock car has some issues because so after 25 years, so some rust spot, some seized bearings, all the stuff. Yeah, but the first time I experienced the 4G63 engine is also pretty amazing. The turbo lag is pretty short, so almost no lag. Because of that car, around 3,000 RPM, the turbo engaged all the way to 7,500. So that was pretty quick car and also quite reliable, because I keep driving stock for about 3 months before I start to do something. So the first thing I got some pretty nice wheels, pretty flush fitment, but I just, as soon as I got the wheels, I thought probably need to get a suspension. So it's like when you start something and everything come out, so you want to do everything at the same time, but you know you have to do it one by one. So I started to look for the suspension, and I got some pretty also a good condition used one, and the workshop, the guy actually told me, so if you want to change the suspension, why not getting some brakes, because he got a pretty good set, Evo 6 Brembo. So I told you he told me how much. Only give me $400 for a whole set with the rotors. So I said, why not? So let's do it. So after I get big brakes and coilovers, so get them installed. I also do the low volume certification. But after that, so I get some also the intake exhaust, some blow valve, so everything catch cans. So that's the point I started to do it like properly, not like some riser style at the beginning. So every month, so I'm thinking a lot so what to do, what should I do it properly without going through too much corners. So I just get straight to the point. So I got and I was planning to drive the car for the next few years, but you know what happened? Because in my mind, so I still thinking about the RX-7, which was stolen like a few years ago. I was thinking, oh shit, why it got stolen so quick? I haven't even redlined it. But literally, I only redlined that RX-7 maybe one or two, I think only 2 times. Yeah, I remember the first time I was in the 80 kilometers an hour road. So I redlined it for the first gear, and I was really dizzy. Because you know, the first time when you drive a turbo car, so something you need to get used to it. But that was pretty quick, I thought. And the second time I was on the way on a highway ramp, so that was the second time I redlined the car here, and it was stolen. So but actually before I got the RX-7, so I got also in between. So when I still have the Evo 4, so I found another pretty nice, very nice 1994 MX-5. Yeah, that one is like a totally customized interior. Yeah, it feels like a channel, the channel backs. Because you can share some pictures. I will attach some pictures. You'll see. Yeah, and I dropped the Evo for about another 2 years. So from 2017 to 2019, and I was planning to drive the Evo to probably 200,000 kilometers. I was planning to do it, so I changed the cam belt, everything, water pump. So, but it was a moment I was thinking about my first RX-7. So I still feel like, man, so I only drive for 2 weeks and it was stolen. I can't forget it, because I still want an RX-7 so bad. So that was one of my ultimate JDM cars in my bucket list. Yeah, because I want it so bad, and I found I think at the end of 2019, so I found a pretty nice, good quality, low mileage. So how low is only 50,000 kilometers? Because I thought, man, is that real? Is that for real? Because I checked the car, and the first time I see it in my current car right now, but the first time I see it in the car in the dealer. So I feel like I went back to 2015. So that feeling is unforgettable. Because the RX-7 has a pretty incredible driving position, and feels very good. And so I feel like you're driving an airplane. And but anyways, I spent about 3 months to think about it, because that car was never sold before I bought it. Sorry, I was in the drive-thru to get some chicken tonight. So I spent about a few months to think about it, and I made my decision to get the car. I drive the MX-5 for about 5 months, the daily driving, and so I sold my MX-5 and decided to pay some down payment on the RX-7. So I sold my car, not the Evo, just the MX-5, and started doing the finance, and it got approved. So I need to pay the next 2 years from 2019, the end of 2019. So right now it's just halfway, and but it was good. It was very nice, and after about 1 week, I start to do the application on finance, and I drive the car home. So that was a pretty glorious moment, because I have Evo 4 and RX-7 at the same time. So I took some pretty nice photos together. But unfortunately, yeah, also another bad decision to own 2 cars at the same time. But if you don't have enough money, because right now, so that moment I was trying to keep my Evo 4 without selling it, but day by day my bank account is going down, so I have to sell another car again to pay for my RX-7. So, and I sold my Evo 4 again without my personal, because I don't want to sell the car, because I want to keep the car. I want to keep the Evo 4 as a daily and the RX-7 as a project car, but I can't make it, so I have to. So I lost my Evo 4 again. So I sold it pretty good price. I lost some money, but it was good. So that's the whole thing during these years. Although I drive cover cars, and at the end of the day, so I got the RX-7 back. So that's my ultimate JDM Dream. So right now I've been thinking a lot, so I won't sell the car again, because I will keep it. I will keep it as my ultimate JDM cars. But what's next? So what's my ultimate goals for cars? Yeah, I just want to share some opinions. So my realistic ultimate car is the Porsche GT3 RS. So that was probably my next 10 years goals. So hopefully I can reach it. But anyways, so what's happened recently? So I got my RX-7. I sent my car to Fraser car again. So, but they said something need to be fixed, because I used the wrong material for the seatbelt buckle mounting plate, because it should be another material, but they're fixing right now, because I don't have too much time to drive the car back and get some material, because I'm really busy at work right now. Yeah, just spent a couple of $100 to let them sort it out, and yeah, everything will be good again. And I think I'm on line now to get some fried chicken tonight. And that's all my story from now. So how I get to the cars, getting to JDM cars, stuff like that. It's been many years, 6 years since I came to New Zealand, and a lot of cars. It was a pretty memorable experience. I can clearly see everything in my head if I close my eyes. It was pretty nice. I just ordered some drumstick and wicked wings. So it's been 2 months since the last time I had fried chicken, and I was pretty hungry tonight. So let's get something to eat. Let's get some junk food. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Yeah, and another good news today. So my YouTube channel reached a milestone. So 100,000, not 100,000, 1,000 subscribers. So I finally made it. So that's the first milestone of my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for everyone's support, and so hope you guys still enjoyed my video. And so today's video, probably for someone it's a bit too long, but I still think it's a good idea to share my stories, so you can just choose to listen it or not. But hope you guys enjoy the video, of course. And so if you have any experience you want to share with us, you can leave the comment below. And so tomorrow it will be a good day again. And all right, so I have to go home now, and have a good day, guys. See you next time.